Greetings, my fellow servants of the God Emperor. It is the Ash Heritor, and welcome back to Rogue Trader. As you can see here, Leethus had a bit of an accident. Theodora may have placed cyclonic bombs in the planet's core, and she may have set up an evil protocol that would destroy the Tithe planet after she absconds with the Tithe to make it look like somebody, enemies of the Imperium triggered the protocol, which would have destroyed the planet and the Tithe. So Theodora, definitely up to no good. We already knew that, but the no good keeps growing. She seems to be up to a lot of no good. One could say Theodora was bad. Anyways, there are now Imperial ships coming to try and steal the Tithe from us. Whereas we are actually going to return it to the Administratum, as is the correct dogmatic Imperial approach. My suspicion is that it's either the Marshal or the Administratum adept, the one that we've had a couple of interactions with before. I always thought there was something a little bit suspicious about her. I don't know enough about the Marshal to say anything, but I definitely felt she was a bit sus. So these guys have 400 health. I'm hoping they can survive. So I guess we gotta protect these ones and make sure that nothing bad happens to them. We do, unfortunately, have one behind us right now. I would like to be able to get behind us, but I don't think that's gonna work. I could try and boarding action it. Yeah, we can. Alright, I'm gonna do exactly that. So that should at least bother that one a little. Can we warp wave it? No. Okay, so we've got to position ourselves decently well here. I think I'm going to start shooting torpedoes already. Let's shoot them out this way. There's two of them over there. I don't think we're going to have range on anyone. Unless we do something here. So we could shallow jump. At that point, we definitely do have range. So we'll already start lancing this Cobra here. Didn't do much. That's okay. Longfang macro battery. Let's see if we can't take this one out. Got one gone. That's good. Could jump in this way, but we're not going to be able to actually do anything there. So we'll reinforce our port shields, and I think we'll end our turn. Here they come. Hopefully we draw some fire, or our escort draws some fire. Okay, we're doing a little bit of damage there. It's not much, thankfully. I'm glad Cobra destroyers don't have torpedoes like they do in Battlefleet Gothic. Okay, don't like that. Okay, we got two going in against that one back there. That's a bit of a problem. I think they'll be okay, and I reckon there's going to be enemy reinforcements. This seems way too easy. Nice job, Heartless. The Heartless is actually decent. Okay. These are big, chunky boys. I really hope this doesn't blow up my torpedoes. Okay, good. More enemy ships arriving. Yeah. Okay, Falchion. Alright, where are they coming from? Coming from the right up there. Okay. God damn it, I want to deal with these two. But they're gonna have to swing around, though they can. They're quite maneuverable. My torpedoes are basically useless. However, I will go this way.
All hands, prepare for acceleration.
Swing around. And I will not shoot more torpedoes, apparently. Well, we can do another shallow jump. Get in there. Ah, bollocks, just out of range. But not if we strafe. We'll at least be able to get some work done on that one. Can't do anything here. Alright. What about the macro cannon just out of range? Can I... Torpedo control isn't going to do anything. We will use arc augury. Give these macro cannons just a little bit more range so we can start doing some work on this sword class frigate. I want to get its shields out of the way and then lance it. More effective.
An opening!
Yeah, look at that.
Gun batteries await your command.
Right. Reinforce the prow and turn. Yeah, come to me. Come to me. That's all well and fine. Oh, it didn't even shoot at me. Yeah, these two are going to be a bit of a problem. Yeah, shoot at the middle one. That's fine. No one hasn't taken any damage yet. That's out of range. Perfect. Okay, that's a bold maneuver. Okay. Let's see what. Oh, this one's got interceptors. Ouch. Heartless! Where are you going? Going into the rocks. Not sure how wise that plan was, but whatever. These presumably don't have weapons. Okay, I've got my torpedoes here. I'm gonna swing them around this way. Can I do that? Yes. Alright. Leave them there. Maybe we can clip that one with them. And turn. Oh, we can go again? Yeah. Alright, well, plenty of me complaining. Alright, that one's gone. What do we do now? I think it's time we send out fighters of our own. Put them up here. Wrath's Starfighter Wing. You are going to go away for the moment. I just want you out of the picture. Who can have a boarding party? No one here. Alright, we can drop a boarding party on the big boy here. Got a little bit of work done there. And our lance... No, we want to use the macro batteries first, so let's strip away the shields.
Open fire.
Great. Now you should be right and open for a lance battery. And what we can do is fly right in the middle of these two. Which would be awesome. Will that work? It'll explode if we do that, which will damage us. So maybe we shouldn't do it that way. Let's... That's also going to be a problem. So is that. I don't think there's a good way to do this. Okay, I'll go here.
Engage the engines.
So I want to take this one out. Oh, shit. We don't get to turn? Now we can turn. Alright. Alright. Hopefully this does it. Goodbye. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to reinforce my port shields yet again, and I'm going to point blank this one.
An opportunity to exploit.
Nice. Okay. What are we doing? We're gonna swing
All
around.
hands, prepare for acceleration.
Wing it around. Okay. I got my Wrath Starfighters. We're gonna go... I'm gonna ignore the other Starfighters. They're probably not a problem. I mean, they are, but... I would rather kill one of these. Okay, we'll have our Starfighters screen us, in case theirs chase us down. We might have to, shoot us first. I don't give a shit about this one. This one can run away. I think he died in the cloud. Alright, well. Thus far, we're looking okay. Haven't taken too much damage. The mass conveyors might make it through, but I reckon there's going to be more bullshit heading our way. Okay. Yeah, the Heartless should have launched some spiders a little bit later. More enemy ships arriving. So, we have a whole flotilla of problem heading our way. That's 3 sword class and a falchion class. So, multiply what we just dealt with by 2, roughly. And, yeah. Thankfully, I don't know. I think the Heartless is going to deal with this trailing Cobra class. So what we're going to do is... Oh, do I do a new heading and just... How much? Yeah, that'll get me a little quicker there. I might save my new heading. 1 to 2 rounds of cooldown. I think I will. We're just going to go up this way. We'll fly in tandem with the troop freighters, and I will... yeah. Screw this Fury Interceptor in particular.
Fire at will.
Alright.
Make every shot
I
count.
like this. Goodbye. I don't know what that is, but we probably don't have to worry about it. Do I send anything here? No, we're not close enough yet to warrant any funny business. We could do the shallow jump to get a little bit ahead, but I don't think it's worth it. I'll hold on to that. I think we're just going to end our turn. And our Wrath Fighter Wing... Can we have them come back into our ship? No. Fuel remaining, 2 rounds. Okay, we'll send them down here. In case the Heartless doesn't take out the Cobra. Our fighters might be able to do it. It reminds me of that scene in Execution Hour, which is a great book, where the Imperial fleet shoots a barrage of torpedoes at the Chaos fleet and then hides a bunch of fighters in the wake of the torpedoes, because of course the torpedoes have a big old, you know, plasma wake, which conceals the fighters from the Chaos augers. And so the Chaos send out their fighters to go intercept the torpedoes, because that's the best way to do that at a distance. And the Imperial fighters jump out in ambush. It's a really cool bit of strategy. That book had great naval combat. I mean, naval combat was the thing in that book, so one would hope so. But I do love naval combat in 40k. It is a lot of fun. I like the slow, creeping pace of it. One of the reasons why I like the Horus Heresy novel, the Furious Abyss, as much as I did. I know that's not a very popular one, but I rather like the snail's pace naval combat that occurred in that one with the Thousand Suns, like the Loyalist Thousand Sun ship, the Waning Moon, I think was its name. And yeah, I can't remember what the other ones were. I just remember that one being cool, going out in a blaze of glory. So we're definitely close enough to potentially... Do we go under? I guess we go under. That's nice. I mean, we are dealing with 3-dimensional space, as it turns out. So, we shallow jump, or do I want to try... No, I'm going to go straight in the middle. Fuck it. We're going in. Torpedoes or fighters? Let's do torpedoes.
Keep up the pressure.
Shoot them out this way. So, I'm going to start softening this one up. Okay. And then we'll shoot our lances here.
Volley.
Damn. Almost killed it. Okay. Where do we go now? I would like to be able to use my cannons here. However, if we go up that way, we're going to be out of range. If we go down this way, we're not going to be able to shoot anything with them. We could expeditious reload. I could always boarding action, which I think I will do. So we'll boarding action the falchion here. Okay. So strafe. We strafe. Or, you know what, I'm gonna strafe up here. And then we're not gonna be able to pull anything further, unfortunately. So, are we gonna take prow or port bombardment? I think we're gonna take more from the port than the prow. Watch me eat my words. Some of the Wrath fighters up here, I don't think they're gonna be able to do anything. We have only 1 round of fuel left, so. So that one's pulling away. I would like to kill it if possible. Ooh, we created a jam. This is perfect. Our torpedoes are going to go straight into that one, which should ideally get rid of both of them. Please don't attack my torpedoes. Okay, Heartless is manning a rear guard. That's fine, in case some more shit comes out behind us. Alright. I think we should be good. That's, I guess, the exit point. This is a cool space encounter. I like changing up the mold a little bit, giving a little bit more of an escort mission vibe. Normally I hate escort missions, but that's just because the thing you're escorting always never walks at the default running speed that you have in games, which is just why. Thankfully that doesn't matter so much in turn-based combat. Alright. Torpedo control? Hello. Oh, I have to hit this one? That's kind of, okay, well, if I can go here, right? And then we can, detonate. Yeah, they didn't like that. Okay, what are we gonna do? We could warp wave some stuff, but I don't know which direction that's gonna send that one, so I'm gonna warp wave this guy instead. Get him out of the way. He's also got the boarding action going, so we're gonna even hit him with another boarding action. So we're just gonna make this falchion's life miserable. All kinds of problems. CC. CC is great. So, we pull up just a tad. I don't have angle there. I do have angle here, and you have no shields
Macro cannon.
against this attack, so this should theoretically kill you. Fantastic. Alright. Well, Heritor batteries. Yeah, you didn't like that. I don't think we're going to be able to lance them, so I can't do my reload for some reason. Because I use this. Makes sense. What do I do now? New heading? I think so. We come in right here? Or even here? Yeah, let's quickly go here. That way, we can project our lances right there. Yeah, they didn't like that. And then... we're going to, fly right on over here. Thread the needle.
Macro cannon.
Give a nice little macro cannon salvo onto the falchion. And we got nothing else. Unless we can focus our efforts. Actually, then we can use both of our, oh boy. Master of Maneuvers, Master Cannoneer. We want to do the focus efforts on the Master Cannoneer. That didn't do what I wanted it to do. That only reduced the cooldown by 1. Okay. Oh, we must move. Okay. Yeah, sure, I'll move 1.
Take us in.
So that one's retreating. So we don't need to worry about it. Maybe something will even kill it. This fighter's gonna get to it? They got some distance. But they didn't shoot. Okay. Pulling out. Falchion class returning fire. Fury class interceptors moving in for my escort. That's okay. And the Heartless is just rear guarding with the mass conveyors. Launching more fighters. Alright, first transport is away. Engaging warp engines. Do they just need to get in there, or does it also take them a turn? I think it takes them a turn. Once they're there. Presumably more enemies will arrive. I wonder if there's going to be anything, like, really big. This might be a time for a swing run. We could slowly turn around. Where'd that, did the Falchion just die in the debris field? I think it just died in the debris field. Alright, so otherwise we're gonna end up going through the debris field. Should not be ideal. We're gonna do it. Take a little bit of damage there, unfortunately. We are in a little bit of a dangerous position with the nebula there. We'll lance these interceptors. Take out a few. And let's take out the sword class. No one escapes. Okay. Maybe it does escape. Very unfortunate. I'm not going to shallow jump because I don't want to block off any of my transports. Actually, that won't block off the transports at all, so I will shallow jump. And does that put us in range?
Salvo.
Let's hit you with this. There we go. Alright. No one's getting away. We are taking a bit of damage from the explosive field, so we want to be out of that. But it's important that we don't let our transports get hit by that either. Alright, very good. Escort.
The void may be
And we win.
harsh,
Okay, that was it.
we're harsher.
Level 11. Alright, some trophies. Can we do an upgrade already?
Report in. All enemy vessels destroyed. When will these upstarts get the message? You attack a rogue trader, you'll be floating in the void like a dead rat in a lower decker's soup. Who are they? Well coordinated, well equipped, signatures encrypted. These weren't some nameless void rabble, they were professionals. Mercenaries, Lord Captain.
Who hired mercenaries last time? That was the Administratum lady, wasn't it? Okay, I think we might have our dirty, low good or low down deceiver. What did Jane say in Firefly? No good, dirty, low down deceiver. I don't know. He said something like that. How did they know where we were? The Vox relays the sound of Hardy spitting.
Traitors. Some of them had infiltrated the crew. A dozen voidsmen, a few officers, and Throne, even one astropath. That eyeless scumbag sent his mates and the system's coordinates when we arrived. Their ships must have been patrolling the region in hopes of discovering Leethus. Where are these traitors? I wish to interrogate them. The Master-at-Arms handled their interrogation personally, and she managed to break the most resistant ones. In short, she learned that they wanted to destroy part of the Tithe in retreat. Strange behavior for pirates, wouldn't you agree? The last one spat out a cryptic warning along with his entrails. By the time you get back to Dargonus, it'll be too late. I don't know exactly what that means. And what of the barges? Successfully translated into the warp, and are now on their way to the designated coordinates, Lord Captain. Report received. We are moving out. Marshal Strax must be told about what happened here. I don't trust Marshal Strax either, for the record. Right now, we can't trust anybody. I can't even trust my Master-at-Arms. That's, She personally oversaw the interrogation? I don't know. I feel like I would want to, interrogate them myself, but I don't know. I think who we can trust is, Solomorn. You know, among the people that are involved in this. Obviously my other companions as well. Except for Marazai. We cannot trust him. Okay. What do we got? What do we got going on? I think we need to head back to Dargonus. Yeah. Let's get back there. What about rat hunting? That's to get to Footfall, but we want to do that later. There's a lot of stuff going on at Footfall. Find traces of the Gene Stealers. And then Odinanthus 11. Which was where? Sorry. We don't know. Where that is. Okay. We're here. What's this one? Heavenly Chariot. We've already done that one, but there's an unforeseen event up there. It might be worth... We have 8 Navigator's Insight. It might be worth opening up a passage here, because otherwise we have to go all the way around. We could even open it up to there. Would cost us 6 to make that a stable route. Last chance of Cyrene. That's me. 2 Chartist vessels in rumor proximity, forewarning. Like, we want to get back to Dargonus, obviously. I think it makes... No, we're gonna quickly... No, I'm going to Dargonus. Sorry, guys. I want to, kind of chain the, events together. So, we're gonna open that up, and we will make this into a safe route.
I can't do anything else here, so we're going to drop in here. I like that you can chart new routes. It's very cool. We need answers. I want to know who's behind this. And then, honestly, I might give them to Marazai. That'd be fitting.
Urgent report, Lord Captain. The barges carrying the tithe have been seized and are heading off to an unknown direction. Multiple sources are voxing the flagship at once. I detect signatures of several noble houses and the administratum.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay.
Who dared seize the sacred tithe? We're getting reports of it being an order of the Adeptus Administratum. We have received several official forms to the effect that Dargonus' orbit is currently deemed unsafe for tithe storage due to an unspecified threat that has sprung up on the world in your absence. What do the noble houses want?
The Vox is silent for several minutes.
The messages have no discernible structure or cause. Professions of loyalty, audience requests, even pleas for leniency. One thing is clear, Lord Captain. Something has agitated the upper echelons of the nobility. In other words, they are scared.
What does the Administratum message say?
You are requested to come to the Palace of Justice in person. The prefect speaks of a terrible heresy that is threatening the von Valancius protectorate. While you were away, steps were taken to prevent the spread of corruption. However, your presence is required to make a final decision. Prefect Vulture will greet you in person for a confidential conversation.
Right, Prefect Vulture, that's the one I'm suspicious of.
What do you say, Solomon?
The Vox is quiet for a while.
It appears you have no choice if you want to help your subjects. Although I don't like what is going on, I would advise you to go to the palace, if nothing else, to find out what you can do to protect your people. The tithe barges must be recovered at any cost. I will depart for the planet at once. As you will, Lord Captain.
Alright, we're going to the Palace of Justice. Hopefully, we have a project here that we can do? Anything of interest? Exploitation of materials, arbitrage. I don't really care about any of those. Or development. What does development do again? Anything give us rep? No. Alright, I'm going to ignore that in case, like, some other project comes up later that we can do. We're going to go down to the planet. To the Palace of Justice. Who am I bringing? Not Irliet. God, I want to bring Marazai. But that's going to be a bad look. I'll bring Pascal. I mean, otherwise this team is pretty solid. It would be good to bring Abelard, actually. Though it's also pretty good to bring an Inquisitor in matters like this. Kibella as well. I'm going to leave Ulfar behind. I'm going to take Abelard. I'd like to bring Argenta too, but only got 6 slots. And it makes, I think, more sense. So I suspect a trap. This is pretty good story in this DLC. You know, I like Kibella more than Solomorn, but thus far the narrative of this one has been better, I will say. And the class, because you had the 2 classes in the first DLC, but I really like the Overseer. It's just something a little different. All right. Prefect Inscribia Vultura raises her eyes to you.
Rogue Trader von Valancius, welcome back to the Palace of Justice. What is happening on Dargonus? What is the cause of the panic, and why is this private conversation? God damn it. That is why you are here, is it not? To learn why the world is distressed, why the air is charged with Vox transmissions. Any administrator worth their station would be concerned. Disruptions to established processes have always lead to, well, no matter.
The prefect peers at your face. Her voice sounds strange, deeper, calmer, less cantankerous than usual. That's concerning.
Have you ever pondered the nature of heresy, von Valancius? Perhaps, to your mind, heresy is merely limited to Xenos, WARPSTONE, and insurgents. But there are other heresies, whose existence is far more easily forgotten. Those of negligence, of avarice, of confusion and disorder. What are you getting at? Rogue Trader Cyrene von Valancius, in accordance with the amendment to the Decree 64-98/DF issued by the Adeptus Administratum and the Adeptus Arbites, you stand accused of countless heresies that threaten the sacred tithe and the well-being of the Protectorate. All related statements have been formulated and evidence of your crimes registered. The proceedings will commence as soon as you and your accomplices present yourselves as the accused. Prefect looks at you with the eyes of a snake. A trial awaits you, Cyrene von Valancius.
Yeah,
This was all one carefully orchestrated spectacle, wasn't it?
The prefect, who was about to turn away, stops and glances back at you with a fatigued look.
What?
Ooh, I really wish I could pass that.
You spied on me. You knew of every word I said. How does it feel to sneak glances at one whom you could
Never hope to become. No, I'm actually not going to say that. I will say this.
You twisted my report on Thessera to paint me as a heretic. All I did was provide a summary of the results of your expedition, a summary stripped of dubious attributes such as declarations of good intentions and de-emphasized consequences. Your only goal has been to get your hands on the tithe from Leethus.
Vulture sighs.
Not everyone is driven by greed and thrill-seeking, Rogue Trader. I see your position has clouded your mind. Regrettable but unsurprising. Without due discipline in judgment and actions, it is only the most likely terminus.
Now I will say it.
You spied on me. You knew of every word I said. How does it feel to sneak glances at one whom you could never hope to become?
Failed.
Unsubstantiated conjecture mixed with an inflated sense of self-importance. I am honored to do my duty wherever his will commands me to be. Oh, just admit it already. You set me up.
The prefect sighs heavily.
I shouldn't even have tried to hear you out, Rogue Trader.
She gives a nod to the arbitrators, signaling them to escort you to the accused stand. Damn it. Oh, it's literally just me.
So be it. Let's see what you have prepared for me.
The prefect gives a dispassionate nod to the arbitrators behind you and turns away. Oh, and she's sitting on the throne now, on the throne of judgment. Where's Marshal Strax?
In the name of the God Emperor, the von Valancius dynasty stands accused of betraying the Imperium.
To the murmurs of all, the prefect picks up a scroll bearing administratum seals.
The trial is public so that all may see the Rogue Trader's heresies and know that status and power are no shield against righteous punishment. Marshal Strax, you have the floor. State the list of crimes against the Lex Imperialis that will be examined here today.
Alright, well, if he goes along with it, I'm going to assume he was in on it. Whatever it is. With practiced skill, Strax's voice reverberates through the hall.
Conspiring to steal the sacred tithe, undermining the legitimate authorities of an imperial world, involving sorcery and damage to the tithe, conceiving and executing plans to disrupt sector-wide tithe shipments. I deny this whole pack of lies. The charges are fabricated and this trial of a rogue trader is a farce.
All you hear in response is Strax continuing his list of charges. You look around and are met with a number of bewildered, frightened, and confused looks. The clerks of the Administratum seem to have worked hard to make the obviously feigned proceedings look like a genuine trial.
Let the record show that the defendant disregarded the opportunity given to her to repent, which only adds to the gravity of her guilt. We will proceed to the examination of the individual heresies committed by the defendant. Conspiring with the Captain of the Heartless to steal the sacred tithe. Upon arriving on Rykard Minoris, the rogue trader aided Captain Sargona in loading the tithe onto his ship under the cover of a planetary riot.
No. No, I did not do that. Captain Sargona wasn't even there when I was on Rykard Minoris.
Cyrene von Valancius later eliminated her accomplice using Adeptus Arbites forces led by Proctor Anthar. The Proctor attempted to appease the rogue trader's greed by offering the frigate known as the Heartless in exchange for the safety of the tithe.
God. They're really pulling it out of their asses here. This is making me angry. This is like, I don't know, Donald Trump court proceedings levels of lying bullshit. Anyways.
Then the rogue trader boarded the ship in an attempt to seize the tithe. Her actions led to the death of a squad of arbitrators. Proctor Anthar alone survived the rogue trader's murderous ploy. Cyrene von Valancius personally eliminated her accomplice, Captain Sargona, in order to destroy the evidence of her schemes.
The prefect looks up from the scroll and sweeps her indifferent gaze over to you.
Do you have anything to say in your defense?
I can but appeal to our own common sense. Or to your own common sense, Marshal Strax. Can you recall even one instance where a heretic attempted to seize the tithe while taking a few dozen arbitrators along for company? Strax frowns doubtfully.
It is certainly an unorthodox tactic, perhaps even suicidal. No, I can recall no such cases.
Okay, he might not be in on it. He might just be stupid. And going along with what she's doing. She's definitely the root of it. He's a henchman at most.
Let a new charge be added to the record, attempting to manipulate an official. Marshal, I hope I do not need to remind you of your duty.
Giving Strax a suspicious look, the prefect turns back to the documents.
According to the calculations of the tithe transferred from the Heartless, the Administratum was short 3 units of volume. It is presumed that the rogue trader did not risk seizing more in the presence of the Proctor, but even 1 ounce unaccounted for makes the tithe incomplete.
Oh yeah, sure. Sure.
Let's move on to Thessera. This world underpaid the appropriate tithe amount, a crime that should have been remedied by the rogue trader, escorting Proctor Anthar to that backward world. Proctor, you are hereby called to testify. Describe what happened on the planet. When we arrived on Thessera, the rogue trader and I were drawn into the machinations of the planetary governor. He used sorcery on the Emperor's anointed, but the rogue trader managed to overcome the effects of the ritual and do battle with the heretic. The governor was executed, and we... A lie uttered in the Palace of Justice is a serious offense. Proctor, Glyto, retrieve recording Thessera 84 Alpha.
Uh-oh. Prefect nods to the Marshal, who removes a device from his belt. The press of a button, and Glyto responds with a sharp metallic clang. The Cybermastiff's paws carry him to Strax. Oh no. The Cybermastiff's entire body begins to tremble, his feet clawing up tiny sparks, and then he projects a picked recording from his eyes onto the floor. Oh yeah, and they're going to show the body-swapped version of me doing suspicious things. The footage depicts a scene from Glyto's viewpoint. The quality is terrible, but you can make out the hall where the sculptor is conducting the sinister ritual. You see Maeve interfering with the ritual and a beam of warp energy connecting the two of you. You hear Solomorn's command. The scene changes and you see Maeve, or rather, yourself in Maeve's body, wandering through the streets of Thessera. The next clip brings you back to the hall where Solomorn is firing on the altar. The events in the recording are echoed by a dragging pain in your muscles and a fog in your head. Okay, I'm not sure what this is supposed to entail. Pain flits across Solomorn's granite face as he looks at his dog.
You have used us as a tool against the rogue trader from the beginning. Such tricks and schemes are unworthy of the Arbites. As we can observe, Proctor Anthar destroyed the heretical altar, and then a fight ensued in which the Psyker died. There is not a single shred of evidence that the rogue trader actually overcame the sorcery. It is more likely that the person standing before us is a heretic and a creature of corruption. Did you watch the entire recording? Notice any differences in behavior? Did you? Well,
Strax huffs a laugh.
you seem to be offended by the insinuation that you are prone to fainting spells. Well, it is quite strange. Marshal?
The old woman stares at the arbitrator without blinking, as if hypnotizing him. Okay, there's something up with her. She's been possessed, I think. It might not even be her. This might be some sort of, demon. Finally convinced that the marshal's conversation with you is over before it even began, she returns to her papers. The prefect leafs through a few pages in a folder.
The court also takes note of the pernicious effects of the rogue trader's handling of the Emperor's servants entrusted to her authority. Since arriving from Tessera, the rogue trader has done her duty by passing judgment on several subjects within the walls of this hallowed hall.
The prefect picks up the sheets of notes and wrinkles her nose.
On the rogue trader's orders, both the doleful host and Master Prass were executed. The ecclesiarchy made an official statement of condemnation, as killing militant devotees of the faith is tantamount to abetting heresy. Meanwhile, the choir master lost several messages of utmost importance on his very first day of service, thus sparking a war between two Koronous Expanse worlds. As of now, one of those worlds has been completely destroyed and the other deemed uninhabitable.
Inscribia picks up a scroll that carries the ecclesiarchy's seals.
Allow me to read out the decision of the most honored representatives of the St. Drusus mission. We brand one who dared subject Anvilas, a holy votary of the faith, to horrible torture, a heretic and associate to evil of every kind. At the moment, the Cardinal's mental state is cause for concern. Not only has he developed a fondness for bloody rites and repulsive forms of self-flagellation, but he has also, on several occasions, injured members of his congregation who are trying to make donations to him.
Yeah, he was requesting that himself.
Lord Mollus, deemed to be alive, committed a transgression of soft-heartedness in running his family enterprise. He released all his convicted workers and terminated the contracts with his primary suppliers, citing their moral qualities. His actions resulted in 12 kilotons of undelivered food rations across several recipients. First, the Administratum is unable to do its duty and asks for help, and now it has the audacity to criticize the verdicts of the rogue trader. Prefect, your accusations do not merely cast aspersions on the competence of the Administratum. They challenge the sanctity of the decisions of the Emperor's anointed. I cannot predict the future. A poor outcome is a possibility in every case. If I had chosen a different path, the Prefect would still have found fault with it. The Adeptus Arbites never hesitate in passing judgment, for our hand is guided by the God Emperor. To condemn the one who passes judgment is to question the God Emperor himself.
Alright, Strax. Good. Starting to see through this haze.
Marshal, enough!
Not a single muscle twitches on the Prefect's face, but her eyes blaze with barely suppressed annoyance.
Moving on, the defendant was placed in an unprecedented position of trust by the Adeptus Arbites and the Administratum. She was entrusted with the coordinates of the world where the tithe of the entire Koronous Expanse was held. As agreed, the defendant was to transport the sacred tribute to Dargonus. But what did she do?
The Marshal snaps his finger over Glato's head. The Cybermastiff flinches as if from a bolter shot, but obediently plays another recording. You recognize Solomorn's voice. Uh-oh.
So, Lady Theodora intended to steal the tithe from the start. She arranged the world's destruction to cover her tracks, installed a servant to keep an eye on things, and even made a contingency plan in case of her own death. All she needed was an opportune moment, like this one. With the Expanse being torn apart, the planet's death looks convincing. Tithe theft, orchestrated by Theodora von Valancius, committed by the defendant, witnessed by Proctor Anthar. Solomon, don't you have anything to say? The rogue trader should not be held responsible for the misdeeds of her predecessor.
Murmuring breaks out, but Solomon presses on, unperturbed.
Or else, by that logic, Incendia Corda should have been tried long ago for what her predecessor Aspis did. As you can see, it isn't difficult to find inconsistencies in a case if you use your head a little. I refuse to be a mindless tool and follow absurd orders. I intended to return the tithe to Marshal Strax in full, regardless of Theodora's plans. On the matter of the sacred tithe, we rely on facts, not your words. That Theodora planned to steal the tithe is an established fact. The destruction of Leethus is also beyond dispute. To allow you to execute your plans would have been highly imprudent. The sacred tithe is not intended to be used by anybody other than the Adeptus Administratum, the deliverers of his will.
Strax does not return to look at Inscribia, but you have no doubt whom he is addressing.
The Adeptus Administratum, like the Adeptus Arbites, only oversees the allocation of the tithe. I do not need to remind you of that, do I, Prefect? Yeah.
The old woman snatches up the next parchment.
How good of you to speak up, Gregorus. As an addendum to the proceedings, we will be examining the heresies of Solomon Anthar resulting from his moral failure to oppose the greed of the heretic von Valancius.
Something inside Glido clicks, and Solomon's voice begins to play.
If anybody had told me before I would be thinking about things like that, I probably would have caved their face in. But the truth is, I no longer see heresy in such thoughts.
When did he say that?
If the Marshal learns the whole truth, it will make things difficult. Solomon is his own master. I do not choose for him. But if you think that an arbitrator's tenets can be so easily broken by any passing stranger, then you must insult the very core of the Adeptus Arbites. Yeah. The rogue trader is right. If the arbitrator had dared to stray from the Lex, then he never was an arbitrator. The fault lies with me for not seeing the weakness in his heart in time. Well, the proceedings are nearing their conclusion.
The prefect looks around at the nobles of Dargonus gathered in the hall.
The collection of transgressions and heresies that has been brought before this court of the God Emperor's servants has once and for all branded the rogue trader as an abomination, who through all her deeds has sought to satisfy her petty and base desires rather than truly serve him. You are here today to witness the fall of the von Valancius dynasty and the long-awaited punishment that will be served upon it. Houses of Dargonus, do you reject the authority of this heretic?
Alright, let's see if Drivestem actually, steps in.
If I might interrupt, Mistress Volker.
Urban Drivestem, governor of Dargonus, visibly nervous at the sight of the armed arbitrators, nevertheless raises his head haughtily.
We are much obliged to you for arranging this gathering.
The emphasis on the last word leaves no doubt that the noble's presence at the palace is involuntary.
However, all that has now taken place here does not change the facts. House von Valancius holds the warrant of trade. House von Valancius is a rogue trader dynasty, and no amount of legal contortions will change that. House Drivestem is loyal to the rogue trader.
Alright, I'm gonna see you in a different light from now on, Urbend. Toriana Gaprak makes the sign of the Aquila.
No shadow shall fall upon the name von Valancius or eclipse the radiance of the beneficent rogue trader line. Whatever your mechanical dog may say, House Gaprak is loyal to the rogue trader.
I mean, we expected that much, but they will be rewarded nevertheless. These ones I'm a bit more concerned about, but Macarius Sourback raises his head, his eyes burning with an almost deranged loyalty.
Venerating the letter of the law is not fidelity to justice. Straying from the tenets of the Lex is not discerning the essence of truth and the granting of retribution.
The man is silent for a few seconds before he almost shouts out,
House Sourback is loyal to the rogue trader.
Alright. Looking good. Clementia Wersarian looks straight at you as if the prefect does not even exist. She makes the sign of the Aquila and speaks in a low voice.
House Wersarian is loyal to the rogue trader.
Yeah, I mean. Proctor Adriana Jaeger.
Allow me to address you. Even though I am not of the first families of Dargonus, Proctor Jaeger, Adeptus Arbites, Leethus Outpost. Cyrene von Valancius made every effort to not only save the tithe, but also the Adeptus Arbites contingent stationed on Leethus. I propose that such an act would have been utterly nonsensical if the rogue trader was intent on simply stealing the tithe. End of report.
Oh, that's nice. I'm glad we managed to de-escalate that. Prefect Vulture stiffens, as though what she just heard has come as a very unpleasant surprise. Her slender fingers grip the armrests of her chair, her knuckles cracking.
This world and its denizens are rotten to the core.
The prefect draws herself straight with such force that you can hear the arduous grinding of her implants. Her voice is cold and slightly tremulous.
Decree GC 781/89, Supplement 982, for tithe theft, participation in foul sorcery, and other crimes against the Imperium. Cyrene von Valancius is sentenced to death. The property of the dynasty is hereby confiscated and placed under the oversight of the Adeptus Administratum. Any last words, convict?
Can we... I'm not sentencing Marshal Strax to death. I think he should be demoted. We're gonna go with this. Iconoclast this time. I hope it passes. We've gotten lucky thus far.
Arbitrators, Vulture and Strax believe that the Lex Imperialis is but a collection of letters and forms to be played with as they please. They believe that you must blindly follow their orders. But whom do you defend, humanity or these prefects? I call upon you to stand with me in the name of humanity, not the soulless machine of the Administratum. Yeah.
A moment of silence. Suddenly, one by one, the arbitrators raise their weapons and point them at the Marshal and the Prefect.
Anyone who dares to join the heretic is condemned to death. Marshal, carry out the sentence.
Oh boy. What's going on here? So who are these guys? Are these mercs? I bet these are mercenaries.
I'll make an example out of you.
Yeah.
Stand your ground!
Okay, well. I think we kind of threw Strax under the bus there. We might have been able to convince him. But you know what? He allowed this to happen. This is a pretty grotesque lack of intuition on his part. So, and if he's still now fighting against it, he had his chance. The Arbites are with us. I hope I didn't throw Solomorn under the bus with that second to last coercion there. That being said, what he said there was very questionable. The recording that they got of him, which he did say at that point that we should keep this from Strax, which definitely I don't think was the right thing to say. I think Solomorn's actually going to be in a good spot right there. And we can throw Glido right here. Abelard can... Yeah, Abelard's going to stay right there then. Heinrichs can go up front. And then we can throw Kibella right here. Pascal can go right here. Yeah. Okay. So, I think what we're going to do... We don't really have a proper ranged contingent. We're going to mostly be doing close combat, I think. So, we'll actually drop a forewarning. I should have dropped the prescience on him. Oh well. I'll prescience myself.
I'll make it happen.
And I will do a foreboding on you guys.
On it.
And we'll drop a perfect timing. And then, who am I going to give a turn? We could give it to Heinrich actually to buff us up. Okay, so Heinrich can drop a Word of the Emperor here. Hit almost everybody. And so then we can drop a Shield of the Emperor on us here, and we should be pretty well situated to deal with whatever's coming our way. So we're going to have a front line. It's just, yeah, this is not a great fight for our zones here. They'll drop a front line there. And we'll drop the combat locus on it. And a stronghold stratagem. Alright. Oh, and we have an extra action, so I'll drop the kill zone on it as well. Or I'll shoot somebody. Maybe I'll just shoot somebody. 55%. Oh, these mercs are kind of tough. Accuser up there.
I'll see to it personally.
Sure. Right. Oh, she's super weak. I think we need to actually beeline towards her. Maybe if we kill her, it'll all be over. That'd be handy. So if I run here, yeah, we have good line of sight. So then I can just have Pascal take this guy out. And then we can have him just provide plasma support from up here. Analyze enemies. We can drop a Machine Spirit Communion down there. And so he's got a Servo Skull. What can that do, again? Give the Provocation Signal. That will force things to attack the Servo Skull. The Medicae Signal will do healing, and then the Priority Signal will treat the Servo Skull as a priority target, and then the Provocation against the closest creature, ally, or enemy, if possible. Yeah, see, that sounds fun. Oh, whoops. Okay. Not what we wanted. Okay, so then we want to move it. How can we just move it again? Relocation. How far? Up to here. Alright. No. To there. Alright, that'll do.
Activated.
Okay. So we've got that going on. And then we're going to ask this guy a question.
Combat is an equation.
Right.
Your life is a negligible variable.
And then, I could even dismantling attack him, but I don't know if that's worth it. So we'll end turn. Pascal is not really our damage guy. Accusation, Blood Idolatry. Blood splashes from your attacks do not affect any creature. If their guilt is proven, at the end of the turn, the Weapon of Justice will fire with the character. If not proven guilty, or if the accuser is killed, it will fire in Prefect Voltur's direction instead. What? This is the accuser? Huh. Okay. Blood splashes from your attacks must not affect any creature. Weird. Or if the accuser is killed. So who's the accuser here? Because there's two accusers. There's that one up there, and then there's this one. Can we see that on their character profile? And is this just targeting Kibella? Have you made an accusation? Doesn't say. But I think we can make it to that one.
I am
Oops.
your blade and shield.
To go to the next one. I hope the blood splashes won't trigger. I don't think they do. So we can drop a death from above right here. Okay. That would not be ideal. What's the, you got a lot of debuffs on you, so we'll drop a, Gift of Torment.
Will see it done.
And a pain resonance here. Do a bit of extra damage. Oh yeah, and we wanted to do these, of course. Reckless abandon.
I feel nothing. Fear nothing.
And exsanguination. And I hope this is the right accuser.
Killing brings me no pleasure.
Oh. Okay. Interesting. So you have to, like, play by some very specific and weird rules this fight. I mean, I suppose you can probably just brute force it. So we're going to Dance Macabre our way over here. And then I'm going to... Actually, we can jump on in here now. Start working on this merc here. Okay, let's...
As the tenants demand.
Blade Dance. Oh, is this the other accuser? Is that Ray coming from him or somebody else? No. Mercenary Zeta. I don't know what this beam is. A little weird. We'll drop a Veil of Blades over here.
Trust me.
Okay.
Break their morale.
Okay, accusing Pascal. Accusing Pascal of what?
Pain and duty go hand in hand. My faith strengthens me.
Interesting.
Run!
Ow. Alright, well, it's dog time.
One of
do
us
run.
would be enough.
Strategic adaptation.
Let's test our
Advanced tracking, of
skills,
course.
Kaito.
And then we can apprehend. Who do we want to apprehend here? We could apprehend, let's apprehend Mercenary Alpha.
Glato, we're undertaking this task.
Get him. Very good. And then actually I'm going to apprehend Mercenary Gamma as well, just to get Glato out of the way here so that they don't attack
One of
him.
us would be enough.
So we'll run on over here. Give that guy a little nibble. What are you going to do now? You don't really have anything else to do, so... Well, we could always throw a stun grenade. We could throw a Dreadmonger grenade. But I actually want to see what the Servo Skull can do here, so... We're just going to let all of this run its course. Abelard's turn. Abelard can go for Mercenary Delta, but before that we're going to do a Brace for Impact so that Heinrichs can at least benefit from that. And then I'm going to run on over
Tried
here.
and tested tactics are the best ones.
And I think I'll charge. Who's that? Is that the accuser? Was this showing the next accusation? No, I have no idea what these things are. Anyways, that's a hit there. Don't want to do Taunting Scream. Let's drop Sworn Enemy on Mercenary Delta. I will Bulwark just in case. And I think we want to do Defensive Stance. And then I will just
Victory is imminent.
deliver an attack there and miss. Okay. These guys are very tough.
Now I'll revert to more conservative tactics.
Ouch! Does a lot of damage. I didn't see what the accusation was. Ooh.
Follow my lead. Time to prove my
Okay.
weapon at the ready.
Let's hope these our BTs can do some work. They're quite weak. These mercs are really tough.
Hold on!
Abelard is down. I don't believe it. We're gonna use Prophetic Intervention. Demons? That would not be good for our trial. Okay, no demons.
Follow my lead.
Okay.
We need to make room.
Alright.
Break
handy.
them up.
Scorn the pain.
Heinrichs. Do you have Word of the Emperor? You do not.
Let's see to it.
Oh, I did the wrong thing.
I won't
drop that
object
there.
to it.
We will do a healing on Abelard
Let's
here,
see
like
to
so.
it.
Yeah, we're in a little bit of a tricky situation there. Any Power Siphon? Soul Siphon? Let's actually move right over here.
Step aside.
So I might charge... We might need to help Abelard here. Oh, Iron Armand as well. Just make him a little tougher. What else? What else do we do? Swap weapons. Can't really get anywhere. Okay, so I'll run over here
I
for
need
the
a
moment.
foothold.
That way he actually can run, or can do a charge. Okay, so damage. I'll drop a Hammer of the Emperor. I should have done that before. So, we could Psychic Force. Psychic Force will do some damage, but not as much as I would like.
But of course, Lord Captain.
Anyways, we'll aim for the opening. Yeah, we'll Psychic Force.
Nothing stands against
Okay.
me.
Endure. And I will Death Whisper with the second
see
weapon
to
here.
it.
Alright. 5 damage. Woohoo. Alright, that didn't really do much.
My faith strengthens me. Die!
Alright, a little bit of damage. What's going on here? Who are these guys? Enemies? Or allies? Zealots. Oh my. Where did you pull those out from? Uh-oh. An astropath. Crikey. So, a little bit of danger we're in, it would appear.
I am ready for whatever comes.
Actually move here, because I want to get a foreboding up right there on you guys. Alright. Who can take an extra turn here? We can give one to Solomorn, or we can give one to Cabela. Let's give one to Cabela. Cabela's probably going to be our saving grace. How much damage can you do? One guy. Can we kill this one here? He's apprehended, though, so maybe I should be targeting one of these,
I shall not fail.
jerk zealots. Oh, she can massacre them easily. Alright, no problem at all. These guys aren't very tough. Then she's gonna jump back to here.
Let your soul
Get some
be
damage in.
purged.
And, Gift of Torment or Pain Resonance. Well, let's see your... You got a lot of debuffs there, so we'll drop
As
a
honor
Pain
ordains.
Resonance. Right, that's good damage. Okay. Cyrene, can you shoot that guy? I don't think we're going to be able to kill him in one go. No, absolutely not. What about this jerk? He'll do some damage there, but not enough. And I need some forewarnings, so... I can
It's
still
as
drop
good
it
as
on
done.
Abelard, and I will. Okay. That's my turn.
I'll
Keep
make it happen.
dropping the Stronghold Stratagem down there, just in case it's relevant. Right, Pascal. So, I would like you to actually relocate over to where you can drop a Medicae signal on Abelard. If you would.
Abide in the host of blessed creations of the Omnissiah.
Okay, that didn't do very much, but... So... What else can you do? So, you got your overcharged plasma cannon. Is there a place where that could be good? That could be good here. Problem is, it just doesn't do very much damage. That being said, these mercenaries are, like, super tough, so I think that's just the problem here. We'll do a precise attack, and then I'll drop it right here. Okay. That did almost nothing. Anybody can be affected by this? Probably not.
Setting target parameters for tech.
Do strategic adaptation. Hopefully reduce the damage.
Too weak for this mission.
Oh, man. I don't know what's going on with this thing right now. I think we missed a guilt. Okay, Carol's with a warp there, but Pascal is back up at full health, so that's worth
I will
my
not
while.
die in dishonor.
Oh, we can't get over there. We've got to somehow trigger this thing to shoot the glasscrete barrier. It's only taking 1 damage per hit from that. I've got to kill the accuser, who's right there. We got to get to him somehow. It's basically going to be down to Kibella. Kibella can do work anywhere. We could slash this guy already, or I could just get a few hits in. I think we can kill him with this.
The shadows.
No, that also triggers a
Is a
nice. All right,
blessing.
that's 1 down. These guys are pretty tricky. So we'll dance macabre
As honor ordains.
right here, and then I'll death whisper right here in the middle.
Caught by the web.
That's damage. That's good. So can I hit both of them? I cannot. That's a terrible attack pattern right there. I'll
As
Gift
the
of Torment.
tenets demand. As honor
Pain
ordains.
resonance here. That's good. Solid. And then I could try and get a little bit of damage in on one of these guys. Actually,
I
we can
shall kill it.
kill Mercenary Alpha.
Brings me no
Alright, we have
pleasure.
momentum. That is fantastic. Okay, where are you going to go now? You can jump
As
up
honor
and hit
ordains.
Strax. Unfortunately got blocked there. What about Carnival of Misery? How many damage over times do you have? Not enough. You've got a fair few. We could Death Waltz. Though I might try and get closer to some enemies before I do that.
As the tenets demand.
Yeah, that's fine. So Death Waltz. Okay. Can I land this on... Okay, we can at least hit her. Alright, I'm gonna do it.
Emperor whispers his will.
Brutal. Alright. So that got rid of that one. How far can we go? I don't think we can get to anybody else. I think this is as far as we're going to take it. So, I'm going to leave that as is. End her turn.
Stay vigilant.
Kibella's going to carry this encounter. I do not have a very good combat team right now. I just wanted to bring who would be the most
Yours
reasonable.
or mine.
Ouch.
Support! Taking fire!
Good job, Abelard. Unfortunate about the counterattack not playing out as planned, but it is what it is. Alright.
Let's test
Run.
our skills, Glato.
Advanced tracking. Strategic adaptation. Who are you gonna... Why don't you apprehend Marshal Strax? He was being a bit of a
we're
jerk.
undertaking this task.
Get him! I wish he would have stood in the, in there, but it's okay. So if you go
Hold the
right here
formation.
in the middle... We Fulminating Shot or Grizzly Adjudication here? I think we Grizzly Adjudication. That'll hit another friendly arbitrator, though, so we maybe don't want to do that. Rending Shots? We'll do the same. That doesn't work. Shield Bash him. Knock him aside.
I'll take it as a priority.
Parried, unfortunately. Okay, okay. Well, we can Growl.
One of us
It'll
will
have
be
him growl.
enough.
So that'll affect Strax a little, hopefully. And, well, we can run and gun, so we'll do that so that we can at least get somewhere worthwhile. So I'm going to run on over here. And what I can do then is use the Solid Slug. Could knock that guy
It
down.
won't take long.
Dodged. God damn it. Alright. Well, that is most unfortunate.
The order is
Please
clear.
drop down behind there. At least the arbitrators are, like, distracting these mercs. These mercs hit pretty hard and are super tough. Alright, I don't know what these astropaths are gonna do, but it's probably bad. Okay, thus far they're just blinding us and hitting us with sticks, which is... could be worse.
Weapon at the ready.
Alright.
Follow my lead.
Heinrichs. Well, Heinrichs can... No, Heinrichs isn't going to be able to get to him. Yeah, with warp speed he can. So let's hold off on that.
For the throne's glory.
Yeah, don't worry about that demonette. I'm sure it's nothing bad. Heinrichs wouldn't summon demons. Okay, well, he can't move. I guess the warp speed crippled him or something. Did he get a leg injury from that? Or overexerted? What, no, that's... Why can you suddenly not move fast anymore? Is it because you're in close combat with a demon? That might be it. Let me just move up here. You have line of sight on this guy? You don't. Okay, I'm just gonna move this way. Okay, parried. We can siphon. No, I'm just gonna kill the demonette. Get out of here. Okay, that's pretty clutch. Can't move further. Actually, we can charge over this way. Which I will do. And then I could heroic act siphon life this guy. Which I will. Almost killed him. God damn it. So close. Endure.
Of course, Lord Captain.
Allies must gain effects from your abilities at least 3 times. Okay. Yeah, we've got plenty of that going. Okay.
Emperor, protect me.
Moving out.
Okay. That wasn't very effective. Well, let's drop a defensive stance. This Abelard's got to tank Marshal Strax here. Can you move there? Can't. Not enough move points. You can't move anywhere. It seems. Okay. Don't need to do force distraction. I'll drop a bulwark on him as well. Move here.
It will
All
be
of
done.
Rockcrete. We're just gonna make him as tanky as possible.
I will do my duty. It will be done.
Also drop an Endure, and I'm going to scream at these guys. Force them to attack Abelard. And then I'm going to hit him with an Eviscerator and get blocked. Because we can't have nice things. Oh look! More chumps! What do we got? Followers of Envilas. Yeah, they're a little mad, aren't they? Well, that's too bad for them. So, another foreboding here on everyone. It's probably good.
Who if not me?
Oh, we have to use a consumable? Easy peasy. Where do I want to throw a consumable? We could throw a crack grenade at this guy. Alright. Accusation gluttony. Use a consumable item. Or does that mean... Oh, shit. I think I'm doing this wrong. We need to not use a consumable. No, we need to use a consumable. Okay.
An offering of blood.
Okay. Well, Cabela's gonna have a fucking field day up here. So we're gonna
I will
run
leave footprints
around
of
over
scarlet.
here. He will leave footprints of Scarlet. Yeah, I believe you.
Come, the other side awaits.
Okay, well, they're dead. Why don't you dance
The
macabre
shadows will
right on
see
over
it
here.
done.
And then you can jump right on in
As
here.
honor ordained.
Okay. They lived. That's most unfortunate. Let's rectify that.
Killing.
Okay, this one's still alive. Oh, that's a confessor. He's tougher. The other ones were just chumps. Okay, alright, alright. How many... You have some negative effects, but we're gonna jump on behind here
I shall not fail.
and kill one of them. And then we can jump right here and kill a few more of those guys. And then we
As
can
the
jump here and
tenants
hit
demand,
that
your
guy
soul
for
be
more damage.
purged.
And then what we're gonna do is
Trust me.
acrobatic artistry.
Death is a blessing.
Yeah, that one's not going to do anything, but this one will.
Come.
And that one will.
The other side awaits.
Oh, man. And she's back to where she started. God. And then she can jump and hit this guy.
I shall not fail.
Just a minor setback. Justice, scum!
How did that hit Glido? I'm not really sure.
Trust
Where it
me.
hurts. Then we can do this again. Right here. Land in there. Blocked. Alright. Well, that's okay. We can always try another time.
By the way.
There we go. We did some damage to him. And we can even do potentially some more damage to him. How much damage can we do to Strox? Ooh, he's almost dead. And Glido keeps biting him. Alright. Come on, Camilla. Oh, I misclicked? Seriously? Alright. Whatever. It's okay. We'll be fine.
Suffered worse.
Who died? Did you just shoot the Marshal? I think they just friendly fire. Alright. Accusation. Improper Cybermastiff exploitation. You and your Cybermastiff must deal the same number of instances of damage. Okay. So we must deal the same number of instances of damage. Alright. So if we send the Mastiff to apprehend Mercenary Zeta, that'll be 1 instance of damage, presumably. That's going to be a little bit harder to control. Or we send him for Epsilon. I think we're going to send him for Epsilon. Wait, that's Growl. No, that's Apprehend.
Let's
advanced
test our
tracking.
skills, Glato.
Bite him.
Glato, we're undertaking this task.
Okay. Now, I could shoot him with the slug. There we go. Look at that. And he gets bitten again, which is hilarious. So, we need to do another instance of damage somehow. So what I could do is run here. And I can't shield bash. Unfortunate. Well, then it's... Actually, if we do protect now... Yeah. Let him protect Solomon, then he'll run on over here. Okay. That didn't quite do what I wanted it to do. Nevertheless...
One of us would be enough.
Apprehend that one. And
Let's
growl.
test our skills, Glato.
Okay. Yeah, this one, unfortunately, is going to shoot us. We did not do that right. That's okay. That was a hard one to pull off.
Death is a blessing.
That guy is super on fire.
Focus, Bankalos.
Okay.
Focus.
Yeah, you gotta kill this guy. And that should be doable.
Get me a target. Be gone.
Is that gonna trigger this to shoot there? Yeah, good. Okay. What now? Shield of the Emperor on everyone? Right? That's affecting everybody. We can hammer the Emperor. I don't know if it's affecting everyone, but it's sure affecting a lot of people. And we'll heal up Solomon again.
Glory.
Alright, good stuff. Okay.
My faith strengthens me.
Weather the storm!
Suffering is part of the trial.
That did not do very much. Okay, Abelard. We still have that jerk over there. I think I'm gonna go... See, he's not gonna be able to get there in time. Then again, he isn't gonna get here in time either. Whatever. Abelard's gonna run on up here. And just go full defense.
I'd rather not. I will do my duty. Victory is imminent.
And we can just charge to get a little closer.
I'm not interested.
He's not interested. No line of sight. Okay, what about...
It will be done.
Just run there. Can we do anything else? I don't think so. Alright. Skull's turn.
Advancing.
Alright. Skull's gonna run over here.
Running binaric override.
Going to hopefully be able to do some damage
The
here.
Omnissiah knows all. Comprehends all.
And then I want to deliver a overcharged plasma shot. Unlikely to hit.
The scriptural prognosis
We'll do a
is
precise attack.
favorable.
Nope. Alright. Well, that means we do have some
Order is contrary to dogmatic protocols.
unavailable. There we go. Alright, joint analysis. And then we'll do a machine spirit communion
Request
over there.
approved.
Alright. Look, more people for Kibella to slaughter. Who are these guys? Pirates? Of course there's pirates here. Another accuser. Okay. Cyrene's turn. This is actually kind of a tricky fight, so I'm going to attempt to be optimal here. So we're going to give Kibella a turn. Because Kibella can probably actually get to where she needs to go, which is going to be the other accuser.
Death comes in silence.
With uses of Dance
Trust
Macabre.
me.
Sorry. Dance Macabre. And then some uses of Death from
As
Above.
honor ordained.
Nope, that's one gone. Unfortunately, that's as far as she's getting. That is unfortunate. Look at Blood Vial here. For later. Screw it. I mean, we'll be in there in a moment anyways. Okay, what else is Cyrene gonna do? Why don't you
I'll make it happen.
juice Solomorn up with Voice of Command? And we need to move our front line to here.
Who, if not me?
How about Locust that?
I'll make it happen.
Stronghold
It's as
that.
good as done.
That's gonna be the
I'll
final,
make it happen.
the area of the final showdown. I may as well already start blinking away at a few of them. So I can do damage to some of these, but we'll shoot up there.
Best defense is a
Tiny
good
bit of damage.
offense.
Okay. Using the Blade Dancer.
Aim for the heart next time.
Use Blade Dance against a single target. No problem. No problem. We'll do that right now.
I shall let your soul be purged.
Alright. So... Nope, didn't do it? Okay. Why don't you, jump on in there.
Caught by the web.
Okay.
As the
Where it
tenets
hurts.
demand.
And...
Trust
Captive
me.
audience.
As
Raining
honor
blood.
ordains.
Let the blood rain.
The other
Horrible.
side awaits.
Is it dead yet?
I shall not fail.
Okay. Yeah, that should do it, I think. No, it's still up. Oh, it's at 1. Alright. There's no more accusers, though, so we have to
Glory of the Imperium!
actually, finish it one way or another. Okay. Where's Glido? Glido's here. I think Glido's gotta keep nibbling on this jerk. Or is there another accuser? No, that's just a random zealot. We don't really
Waste
care
of
about him.
time. Glato, we're
Yeah.
undertaking this task.
Bite him. Okay, so what's a shot here gonna look like? It's unfortunately gonna hit Heinrichs, which I'd rather not do. There's really nowhere. We'll growl. And do advanced tracking again. Advanced tracking's always good, actually. We should have done that before apprehending. And then we'll just have him keep biting.
One of us would be enough.
Strategic adaptation. Alright. It's not the best use of the turn, to be sure.
The order is clear.
Shield dash him. Which will also trigger a bite from Glado. Perfect. We're not going to use our heroic action. Hello, the arbitrator also triggers bites from Glado. Awesome. Okay, this guy hopefully will kill the remaining dude here. Okay, Pascal's gonna have to deal with these pirates. They're probably not very tough. Ow! Well, toughness, whatever. That was a lot of damage. Okay, Pascal is down. That is not ideal. I'm gonna run here.
The Emperor is on our side.
So we could aim for the opening. I reckon we can do a lot of damage here. No, don't Death Whisper with that. Death Whisper with this one. Force
I
Sword.
won't object to it.
Okay, very good. And then we can Psychic Force.
Brace yourself,
Paralyzed, of
Avalon.
course. I kind of want to use Sword of Faith at some point, but... Well, Iron Arm first. More perils, fantastic. You can never have too much perils of the warp.
Let's see to
We'll
it.
endure. Alright.
Scared yet?
Stay vigilant.
That's the Vigilant. Nice, like, supremely accurate shotgun shot to hit the one enemy in a group of 3 allies. How much damage did that do? How are we looking? Okay. Okay.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Alright. Sworn enemy on
At your
Mercenary
beck and
Beta.
Indeed, target well.
Damage.
struck.
Good damage. Very good.
It will be done.
I want to taunt him as well.
I will do my duty. At your beck and call.
Bulwark.
It will be done.
Wall of Ferrocrete. Alright. We're not going to use his ultimate either. I will use Cyrene's, though. On who, actually? I don't know. Maybe on Kibella? Let's give Kibella a turn first.
Who, if not me?
And Kibella can finish this guy, and
On
then she
it.
can get out of there. I don't know if you can run through
As the time
allies,
of death
right?
is a blessing.
I think so. I hope so. Very least she can jump through allies, so we'll do that. Okay. And what you'll do then... I'm not sure if it's actually wise. We'll use it on
Accept your
Solomon,
loss.
so that Solomon can do damage to this guy. So, we'll
Let's
do
test our
these things
skills,
again.
Glato.
Strategic adaptation. And all that. So now you're not going to hit an ally if you shoot. I mean, you might hit that guy. Be unfortunate. 82% chance of hitting. Pretty
Accepted.
good.
The Lex is
you go.
inescapable.
And that's a bite. Glido. Very good. And then you can apprehend him. Or do you start apprehending other people? You're not going to be able to reach those guys.
Glato, we're undertaking this task.
Okay. Shield bash him. Parried, unfortunately. Well, you can shoot him again.
The orders clear arbitrator
Alright.
judges.
So another bite. This guy's going to take a little bit of work to take down. Alright. She can shoot. We could even shoot
I'll
him.
make it happen.
Dodged, regrettably. Actually, drop a front
see
line
to
here.
it
Maybe I should have
personally.
done that before, but...
I'll make it happen. It's as good as done.
Alright.
Another loss to the retinue.
Is that Cyrene down? Okay, so cover doesn't work against this thing. I didn't even see the accusation come up. So that was a little bit janky. I don't know. Did I miss it? Or did it just not show?
I bring mercy and retribution. I feel nothing, fear nothing.
Okay. So we're gonna run on over this way. I think we got this guy handled here.
As honor ordains.
So Dance Macabre over here. And Dance Macabre
Trust me.
right there. Where we can kill this guy. Hopefully. I think he's dead.
The shadows will come.
Very good.
The other side awaits.
Okay. Can we... We're not going to be able to get any farther than we currently are, I think. No. Alright. End turn. Solomorn. Keep,
It won't take Lex is
shooting this guy.
One of us would be enough. The order is
Run and
clear.
gun. And hit him with yet another Grisly Adjudication.
Understood.
So it's actually doing pretty good damage on him. I really need to use this at some point. Yeah, that's our turn.
Get to the heretics!
Alright. Oh, he's still alive. Our BT's buddies are moving up. Getting shot. Why would you turn around to present your non-shielded side to the enemy at the last moment? I don't know. Who knows? Okay, we should be good over there. Oh, hold on. Let's see. End your cell, or end your turn on a cell adjacent to 2 or more enemies. I don't know if that's possible.
Everyone, step aside.
We don't have an accuser, so... Like, if it's not possible, what happens then? There's no...
Naturally.
There's no cell where there's 2 enemies adjacent, or 2... There's no place I can be right now where there's 2 enemies. So... That's a bit unfortunate, if that's the case. Yeah, endure.
Let's see to it.
And we'll shield to the Emperor and hope for the best. Guess we can also heal up somebody. Anybody need healing? You can always heal up our regular allies. It's
For the
not a bad
throne's
idea.
glory.
Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah.
Vengeance will be swift.
Okay, so now we have to wait a turn for this to come up again. Because there's no way to do this. We don't need to prophetic intervention, unless we can prophetic intervention one of our other fallen allies. I don't think so. Oh, sorry. I thought Cyrene went down. I guess she just got hit hard. We can't bring Pascal back, can we? No. Alright. Nothing to be done there. Just wait there. Not sure how I feel about this encounter. This accusation mechanic. It's kind of cool, but it feels very gamey. Just kind of feels like a game mechanic for the sake of a game mechanic, rather than being a really good lore reason for why this thing would be like worrying about whether we use a consumable or end cells near enemies. It's a little weird, is all. Yeah, just get as far as you can. Okay. Get all of the toughness-related things. Okay, here we go.
There is
Blood
only
splashes from your
death,
attacks must
yours
not
or
affect
mine.
any creature. Okay, so we don't use blood splashes on our attacks, so this should be fine.
I am your
just
blade
come in this
and
way.
shield.
And do this.
Let your soul...
Great. Then what? Yeah, I mean, we can go further.
As honor ordains.
You can run here. Dance Macabre.
I shall
there.
not fail.
And oh, look. Hi, how are you doing? You're dead. Alright. What next? I think that's it. Okay, apparently I don't understand how that
Arbitrators
works.
are made of glass steel.
Okay. Hopefully it's not Solomorn next that gets accused next, because that's a bit of a tricky one. Unless we just...
We've got a job to
neither
do,
of them
Greyjoy.
attack. That's possible. And they're both 0. Let's shoot that guy. Great. We'll have, oh, maybe if we just kill everyone, it's over as well. That works too. Uh-oh. Prefect Voltura kneels before you. Scores of fragile implants all over her body are twitching convulsively, giving her the appearance of a crushed insect. Marshal Strax's gaze is firm as ever. Not one muscle quivers in his hard exterior. Even in cornered defeat compared to the others, he appears as an indestructible pillar of rock. Okay, so they're still alive. The prefect lets out a cough. Then an unnerving smile appears on her lips.
I at least had to try. I served the von Valancius Protectorate faithfully for over 100 years, painstakingly cultivating order where others had failed to do so. While you and your ancestors sowed anarchy and havoc with your ever-changing whims, I stood on as a linchpin that kept this domain from sinking into criminal disarray. It was because of me that this gargantuan system continued to function with barely a flaw. The only source of disruption was you, the rogue traders. Yes, I at least had to try.
Try what? To take my protectorate for yourself?
The Protectorate isn't yours. It never was. Have you not read your own warrant even once? Every conquest, every planet claimed by a rogue trader belongs to the Imperium. You are supposed to act as its vassal, nothing more. But rogue traders are incapable of efficient rule. All that drives you is your own craving for profit and reckless exploits. The limitless potential of the Protectorate is wasted in the hands of spoiled fools, and I am tired of watching you desecrate the very foundations of the Imperium. If it weren't for you, the Protectorate would be operating for the good of the throne as impeccably as a sacred machine of the Omnissiah.
We could do that. She could cause problems later. And I do want to kill her, but this is really funny. And we know she doesn't like the, Then again, she might like it. I don't know. We'll do this.
You could have negotiated with me, voiced your dissatisfaction, and we could have found a way. Instead, you chose to plot behind my back. Execute her.
Vulture chuckles.
Never. The counterparty always bends the terms to its advantage.
Strax I might keep alive. As the weapon roars, Inscribia Vulture's body is reduced to dust. I'm glad she wasn't actually a demon. I'm glad this was just genuine, like, different intentions from another member of the Imperium. Because infighting in the Imperium happens all the fucking time, as I'm sure you're well aware. They could have tied this in with, like, the demon stuff, and that would have been fine. It would have made sense on the long-term plot, but I do kind of like that this is just a separate hiccup that happened. Without waiting for you to address him, Marshal Strax does not plead so much as give you an order.
Judge me, Cyrene von Valancius. Now that the dust has settled, I can see everything clearly. Vulture used me and the Adeptus Arbites in an attempt to seize total control over your protectorate. I thought my actions were in service to the Lex, but in truth, only one person has ever benefited from them. That mistake deserves no pardon, and I've earned my punishment.
High Overseer of Diablo 6. Punishment by toil. Guilty of being gullible and rigid in the ways. Yeah, he's got to be punished.
Marshal Gregorus Strax, taking into account your record of past achievements, I hereby deny your execution and instead sentence you to punishment by toil. I appoint you High Overseer of the world of Diablo 6. That is where you will remain for the rest of your life. I consider this measure unduly lenient, but I have no right to protest your decision.
The Marshal brings a closed fist to his chest and adds solemnly, "For your judgment is final." Alright, well, off he goes. Strax sets his shield down, detaches his carapace, and places it over the shield. Now clad only in his undersuit uniform, he looks smaller without his armor, and very tired.
I, Marshal Gregorus Strax, am stepping down from my post. I am no longer fit to wear this armor. May its new wearer bring honor to the Lex.
The rest of the room stands still. All eyes turn to you. The final verdict. What you say next will decide the fate of not just the Adeptus Arbites, but of justice in the Koronous Expanse as a whole. I don't think Anthar's the right person for the job. I think we're going to go with the first option. Anthar's had a few lapses in judgment.
The Koronous Expanse cannot be left without the Lex Imperialis and its keepers. The Adeptus Arbites will choose a new marshal, one who is more worthy of their station, and continue to guard the Imperium against lawlessness.
Solomorn salutes and gives a grim nod.
I will see it done, rogue trader. Justice is done. My judgment is made.
Among the broken fragments of the great scales and the burning Arbites banners, the people kneel as one. The verdict has been announced. Whatever the future may hold, one thing is certain. The Koronous Expanse will not be the same. It's alright. You did it. Okay, I guess that's probably the end of the DLC, would be my guess. In which case, pretty good. I don't know if there's any more content that'll be coming, but overall, a pretty satisfactory experience. The story was good, the fights were almost all good. I will say, yeah, like I said, the judgment and accusation mechanics here were a little gamey. I felt they were a little bit out of place. But otherwise it was fine. Yeah. Cool story. I again appreciate that they didn't necessarily connect it in with the main narrative. I know that's generally something you want to do in a game, but you don't always need to, especially when your game is as big and expansive as Rogue Trader, because this game is fucking massive. Not everything needs to connect to the main narrative, and I'm glad they didn't in the end. I'm glad this was just a rogue administratum adept trying to self-justify seizing control of the Protectorate for herself. It worked. It worked, and it made me mad, and that's good. Anyways, Vulture is dealt with. Strax, he's serving out his punishment. And, who knows, maybe Anthar will get elected or chosen as the new Marshal anyways. Regardless, we definitely need the Arbites. in the brutal 41st millennium, Imperium isn't going to really operate without them. You could, of course, try and make something a little bit more lax and lenient, but nah, not going to work. So here we are. We have reestablished the status quo, for better or worse. And that's where I'm going to end today's episode. So I do hope you have enjoyed this one. If you have, drop this video a like, and I'll catch you in the next one. I don't know when that is, but it'll come. Heritor out.